Today marks 40 years since the shooter killed 21 people at a McDonald's in San Ysidro.
And director Charlie Min takes us back to that tragic day in his documentary, 77 Minutes. First of all, thank you for being here, Charlie.
You're welcome.
40 years. It's hard to believe it feels so long, but for a lot of those who are affected, it feels like it was just a few weeks ago. They remember it so vividly.
Yes, I mean, when you go through that kind of trauma, you think about it every single day. It affects your life even 4 decades later. San Diego was certainly victimized that day. San Ysidro especially, because the killer hated Mexican people. That's why he chose the McDonald's in San Ysidro, because he knew there would be a lot of Mexican people inside.
Take us back to that day. For many people who are watching right now, including ourselves, we were little kids when this happened. So for those who may not be familiar what happened, take us into this moment. What are we watching right now?
Well, we're watching the survivors coming out way too late, in my opinion, because of a horrible police performance by former San Diego Mayor Jerry Sanders. He was a SWAT commander that day. He's going to have to live with this for the rest of his life, where he hesitated. He didn't give the green light till he insisted upon being at the scene. He found out about it. He was at a gathering in Mission Valley. Going from Mission Valley to San Ysidro at 4 p.m. is a nightmare on the highway. So he should have given the green light sooner. Mr. Foster, the sniper, Chuck Foster, took out the killer, but 77 minutes had elapsed. So we had excessive guts shown by the victims inside, and we had excessive, we had gutless cops, to get right to the point. And people keep telling me that I'm anti-cop. I'm not anti-cop, I'm anti-injustice. I'll be the first one to praise the police, but if you sign up for this thing, you can't wait 77 minutes before taking action. We haven't learned a darn thing in 40 years. Look at Uvalde. That took 77 minutes also. You can't make this up. Both took 77 minutes, and both were attacks on Hispanics.
And go back to the reason why you're very passionate about this, why you directed 77 Minutes. And obviously you talk about where there were massive failures in the decision making of that day.
Yes.
But when you bring us back to 77 Minutes, what exactly are we supposed to walk away with? What do you want us to learn?
My films are meant to alter thought. I'm here to change the way people think through information. Documentaries are meant to inform, educate, and raise awareness. So this is a victim-driven film. You'll see the actual crime scene video in this movie, which is a rarity. Every time I talk at San Diego State, I always poll the students, what has more impact, if I told you what happened or if I showed you what happened? They always say, we need to see it. So I'm in the visual medium, I'm in the motion picture business. People need to see these things to see how truly bad this is, so we'll see more activism.
Why re-release it?
Because it's the landmark 40-year anniversary, and the victims, family members, and survivors have been forgotten about. I don't think anyone watching right now can name one person who died that day, unless you knew them. I mean, and I get it, it's been 4 decades. And we always talk about the killer in these things. I don't mention the killer's name once in my movies, because that creates copycats. Killers want the attention. Right now, we're going crazy over this Crooks character, this criminal who shot Trump. Can we please stop mentioning his name? I was just guilty of it. I shouldn't have said it, and I apologize for that. We keep talking about this criminal. Criminals have to be avoided and ignored, unless they're on the loose, of course.
You bring, I'm going to bring it back to, you say, this visual medium. When we were just looking at that video, I can see who I assume to be a mother with holding her child's hand.
Yep.
And we know that 5 of the victims were younger than 12 years old. 21 people died, 5 of them under the age of 12. And you say that this is something that you don't want people to forget. You don't want to forget the victims. We know that the post office, the San Ysidro post office that was right by this building, still has bullet holes
in the
walls.
I don't know why 40 years later, Christina, they haven't fixed that. But yeah, I mean, we had babies killed. We had, one baby was killed and 2 babies were shot. One baby was shot in the forehead. And we have her in the film. Her name is Carla Felix. That kid you saw running out with his mom, that really hit me hard. His name is Fuet, and he's from Tijuana, and I found him. He's in the film also. Jerry Sanders is in the film. This is a clean sweep. I financed this whole thing. I almost went bankrupt. I mean, this was quite an effort.
Where can people watch this, by the way?
It's playing for a week starting tonight at Reading Cinemas in Town Square, Claremont. And tonight, we're going to have a Q&A with Albert Leos, who was shot 5 times. He's now a police captain. Wendy Flanagan will also be part of that Q&A. She was hiding in a closet with Albert. I'll be there as well, and we're also going to be there tomorrow doing Q&As on Friday.
We'll get all the information if people would like to come out and watch this on our website, fox5sandiego.com. Click the Scene On tab. We appreciate you coming by. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Charlie.
We'll be right back.